Hi guys, I wanted to show you what my process is for getting ready for the week to come. So I mentioned in the DIY Fish Facebook group about this weekly review that I made based off of a YouTube video by Sharon Quirks. I thought it was a great weekly review that she implemented. So I took some of her ideas, put them and printed them onto one of the DIY Fish blank inserts, and then hole punched it and slid it so I can move it from week to week. So it sits on the last day of the week so that when I get to the end of the week, and then before I flip to the next week, I have to look at this. I have to move it, forcing me to do the items that are on this checklist. I'm going to go ahead and take it out now so that I can flip back and forth between the two. But what it has is add any important events that took place to the monthly index page. Now, before we begin, I want to caveat this little planning session with this was created for the use for next year. So some of these items I'm not ready for yet because I haven't printed out everything that I need for it because we're not quite to the end of the year. One of those things is to put it on the monthly index page. I had previously used my December right side monthly index, what I plan to use for the monthly index. I had previously put a sticker here for some KonMari cleaning, organization, purging kind of stuff. I haven't gotten to it yet, but my goal is to instead put it on, let me show you January's so you can see what I mean by it because it's blank, but this index page. So anything that happened during the week that we just finished, I would put any important events that took place that week on the index page here so that I could quickly find out what day it took place, and then I could reference the daily pages, because at the end of each month I do purge the daily pages, but I keep them clamped together and put the month on it so I know which pages belong to which month for which year. But if I needed to refer back to it, I have a reference sheet to look at. The next thing, for this week, I didn't have anything that was majorly important that took place. This is last week's pages. Let me kind of quickly go over how they're set up so that you can kind of get an idea. So my monthly fold out has right now a planning prompt for photos for December that I participate in. The red friction stamp, which is this one, it means rest in, I think it's Japanese, but it may be similar to the Chinese one, from what I understand. I put the stamp wrong on the first day, but it goes face down like that, so it kind of resembles a man leaning up against a tree. So it means rest, and I am using it to indicate the time of the month. Also, I put any major things on my monthly calendar so that if somebody were to ask me if I had some availability, I knew that my calendar is pretty much, I have appointments throughout, but there are times where I have to actually go out of the house or I'm traveling. And when I have to go out of the house or travel, I need to pay attention to if I have my car available, because my daughter uses my car to go to college. So I have to indicate on here when I need to tell her that I need the car, and at what time. So, for the dentist, I needed to make sure she was going to be out of school and not working, so I could have the car. And, for the vet appointment, etc. In this case, I won't need it. We're going on a road trip, but they're big events, so I put those kind of things on the calendar. Then I put birthdays, but I don't put the who they are because I know who they are and I put them on the daily page. But I just, at a glance, look here if I need to send birthday cards, because these are only really family most often, or somebody important in my life. So they're not just friends or acquaintances. On the right side of the monthly spread is a 52 weeks to an organized home challenge. It's not a cleaning challenge, but a organization, get it organized once and for all kind of challenge. And these are the weekly challenges for that 52 weeks. We are coming to the end of the year, and there's going to be a new one for 2016, which I'll show you in just a few minutes when we get there. And then this is the monthly calendar that pretty much tells you what you need to do for each day of that week. So for example, this was kids' bedroom organization, so it tells you what to do in each each day for kids' bedrooms. My kids are grown, so I really didn't have much to do in there. However, I did implement some of these, such as I wanted to take care of the shoe storage underneath my bed, so I went ahead and took care of that, and now I'm donating a bunch of shoes, things like that. So you don't always have to follow along with what room it's talking about. You can try to implement it for a different room if you don't have one, or if you don't have children, or a guest room or whatever it might be. And then again, I plan to put my index. Now on the daily, when you flip it over to this week's page, on the left-hand side, there's always a flip out kind of page on both sides. So you get a flip out on this side and a flip out on this side. So on the left, I put bills that are coming due, and I enter them as the bill arrives. So as the mail arrives, I put it on the left-hand side with the amount. The middle section, I am doing a Bible Christmas 31-day scripture writing plan, and so every day I put a different verse from the Bible in here. And then my daily, excuse me, let me take a drink. And then my daily pages start. I did just get a new stamp to make it easy for me to get all of my daily items written down so I don't have to rewrite them. And there are some changes that I've already made to this because I only do the backyard once a week instead of daily. And I wanted it in bigger font, so I had a secondary one made, and that one's on its way to me. But this stamp was from Vistaprint, and it works great because it lines up perfectly with the edge of the paper, and I can stamp. I obviously take the piece of paper out and then stamp, but the problem that I faced when I first got it was that the ink bled through the paper. As you can see here, the ink bled through from the other side. So I then learned quickly to put it on a Post-it note until I can test it on heavier weight paper, 28-pound and 30-pound weight paper, and that somebody has graciously offered to send to me to test the stamp when it arrives. But I find that I really, really, really like the stamp. It's keeping me on track of doing my daily items. And then my to-do list that are not related to my daily items. And on here, what I normally do is pick items that are on my cleaning list of, whenever I walk by an area of my house that I feel like needs to be tidied or whatever, I will jot it down in the next available kind of slot. I also will sometimes take from my weekly tasks, which I wrote over here, but on this I also made a stamp. It too is on its way, so hopefully I'll be able to show that to you when it comes in. But sometimes I'll put some additional items that are kind of related to it, but I make it as a to-do item. For example, over here, there's nothing about sweeping the garage or patio, but because I was going to be cleaning the backyard, I went ahead and put that as a to-do item because our garage and patio had really become overcome by some sand from a sandstorm that we encountered. I do tick them off as I do them, and then I also put an arrow if I need to move it forward if it didn't get to. I use friction stamps to indicate the weather, emoticon stamps for how I'm feeling. I use friction highlighter pens to highlight work items and my daughter's work schedule, not her work schedule, but that she does work, because that tells me that I won't have my car in the afternoon. And then if I'm going to the gym, etc. On the next couple of days, you'll see that it's pretty much the same. Pink is a personal appointment for myself and not for my daughter Megan. And then, like I said before, the blue is work related. I didn't highlight this, and I quit highlighting on the days over here. And then some more ticked off items, but in this case I put an E for emailed. Because it wasn't completed, I need to follow up to make sure it does get completed. So that's what I do. I go through, it's on here, review last week's tasks to carry over any unfinished tasks. I also didn't talk about the clean out of the planner. In this case, I don't have anything to clean out, but typically what you'll find on the front of my planner is something of a sticky note of some sort. In this case, I've already purchased these, so I don't need them. But what I'll do is when I get in the car or as I'm walking out to the car, I'll take this off my planner and put it on the dash for two purposes: reminding me not to go home until I get these items, and two, I'll pick it up off the dash of my car to take into the store with me and put it back on my planner, etc. But it keeps me from forgetting to get these items while I'm at the store. So, but I'll go ahead and remove that. And then the other thing that might be needing to be cleaned out would be receipts, and I usually keep them here or in my flyleaf, but this flyleaf, it was misspelled, so they're sending me a new one, but normally it would be back in this back pocket. Okay, so back to getting ready for the week. So once I'm done with the week, I then get ready for the next by adding any of the important events that took place. I didn't have any. I cleaned out the planner, which in this case was the sticky note. I review last week's tasks to carry over any unfinished tasks, and I'll do that in just a moment. And then I add new tasks to the daily pages, including expected weather, meal planning, etc. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll put on the, I'll carry over the tasks that were unfinished. So let's do the weather. So what I normally do is I open up, sorry about that, I open up the Yahoo weather app on my iPad or my phone, and I look at the 10-day weather for my area. And this goes all the way to Tuesday the 15th. I don't need to do that, but what I do put on is the average temperature for every day, so, or the high temperature for every day. So I put 77, 80, 81, 80. Now, I had put the sunny weather here in a previous video to show the fact that they're erasable. So I went ahead and erased that because that's not what it's going to be. And we'll put 67 for Friday. That's pretty cold. 65 for Saturday and 66 for Sunday. It's going to be sunny on Sunday, so that's great. I don't have to put a new stamp. I was testing out the stamp earlier this week. So then I go and I pull out these stickers from Planner Chick Designs. These are only sunny stickers, so I put the sunny ones on the sunny days, which in this case I already had one on Sunday, so I'll go ahead and put one on Saturday. And then for cloudy days, I get my Friction Cloudy stamp, and we need to put that on pretty much every day. I put it on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. Now, I know it says partly cloudy. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the friction stamp and I will mark it next to it. The only problem with the friction stamp on the Sunny is that the sun color is starting to diminish the red, and so I think I need to get a new one. I just have to order it, and I haven't ordered it yet. So I wanted to try the Sunny stickers from Planner Chick Design before I went ahead and did that. But I think I will reorder. So then I put the weather in, right? So we're done. If that changes, they're erasable or the sticker is removable. Then I don't bother putting in how I felt for that day until I get to that morning. Sorry. And then the next thing I do is I look at my calendar. So I have my work calendar on my iPad. So I will go to Monday. And I have some appointments at 9:30. (10:30) and at 12. And in this case, this one is super important, so I'm going to put a friction stamp to represent that. We're going to the gym. I had already put that on there, and my tasks are there. So I continue doing that for the rest of the week, and I carry over any tasks that didn't get completed last week, some of which was I needed to contact Amex regarding some charges that are not mine. And this is super important as well, so I put the friction stamp there. Then what I will do in these little boxes, I typically indicate my sleeping patterns from the night before. So if you see it on a Monday, that would be Sunday to Monday sleeping, you know, how well I slept. I have really big problem with sleeping. So then on the last day, because I'm getting a stamp made, I would put in the weekly tasks to be duplicative of the previous week. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out so I can flip it over, and hopefully next week I'll be able to just stamp directly on to the page instead of having to rewrite them. But sometimes I will draw the box like I'm doing now, or I will take the stencil here, if I can even pick it up. There we go. And I will draw the little squares this way, and they are just perfect for the inside of the boxes, and I'll just handwrite my weekly to-dos on here as well. Once I'm done, I just put it back in, and then this flap can stay loose and out because typically the planner stays open during the week, and I also put this back into my planner. Now, like I mentioned before, not everything on this list can be done yet because of the fact that I haven't set up everything that I plan to use it for next year yet. One of those things are my master task list. But what a master task list is things that you would like to get done but you haven't started yet, but you would like to make sure that you don't forget about them. So I have two different things. I have a master projects list, and then I have a master task list. The task list is things that need to get done that I've been asked to get done, but they haven't given any type of urgency on them or a due date. So if I can't get to them immediately, then I will write them in on the master task list. And typically I would put in a date of when that I was tasked the item, so that, for example, if the time frame starts looking like it's going to take quite a lot longer before I can get to it, then I typically will let the person who tasked the item to me know that I haven't had a chance to get it started yet, and then I'll follow up with them to ask them, is it still needed, especially if this goes further than 2 or 3 weeks. So I try to make sure that they get done in a reasonable amount of time. So hence why I have to keep that task list handy. So that's what I mean by review it. Make sure that you can at least try to put one of those things onto your task, your daily to-dos. The other item is to review my goals. And I haven't finished all of my goals for 2016 yet in preparation for them, because I feel like some of my goals are a little bit too abstract and can't be measured the way they are now. So I'm still working on them, but I did start my goals and I have them printed here. Lose 40 pounds, create a budget, savings. Some of these are obviously, I need to think about the steps of them. Obviously, make it happen is not enough to get the steps set up. So, but I did do the diet one. So I have a quarterly goal, I have a monthly goal, and I have a weekly goal. For the weekly goal to work, I have these items that I feel like I need to do. And so I have that I'm going to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. I don't know yet if I'll join Weight Watchers, but I might be trying something of the same nature. Tracking my calories. So I did set up a Hobonichi Weeks calendar to track calories, weight, food journal, measurements, etc. But I'm still in the process of creating that. But once I have that ready, I might share that with you guys as well. But I needed some way to measure this. So on a weekly basis, I look at my goals and see, how am I doing? So am I on track? If I'm not on track, what can I do to get myself back on track? So it's not necessarily to put an item on my list, but it is to make sure that I'm looking at them every week and that I'm trying to make progress to the next step or to the final end result of the goal. So then if I have a monthly goal set up, and usually what I'll do is I'll write the monthly goal at the top of the page. If I have a monthly goal, then what I'll do is I'll enter what I can to reach that monthly goal on the daily pages, so that by the time I get to the end of the month, I can look back to see how much progress I made to the monthly goal, if that helps explain anything. Again, over on the left-hand side is where I enter any bills that came in for the week. Right now, I only have one bill that I know of, so I went ahead and put a sticker there and put the name of the company. I have to put the amount once I look it up. I'm not going to do that now. And then as new bills come in, I will either enter them on here, but some of them are already on the next pay period's flap on the other side, because that's what this is. And usually I pay on the 1st and 15th, so that's why there's really nothing on this side, because I paid everything last week. There was a lot, so we're good. Events that have come up previously, like my granddaughter's baptism, I'd already entered it both on the monthly fold out as well as the daily page, and then planning to get to that day, things of that nature. So that's pretty much all I do for setup. I use a variety of stickers and stencils. I've got 5 different stencils. The one you're looking at right now is a metal stencil I got off of Etsy. And then I've got 4 other ones. These 3 were from Hobonichi. Very handy because they have like timeline lines. I do use this box to call out important things on my calendar. I like that a lot. Plus all the numbers. And I use the triangle, the arrow. A variety of these get used quite a bit, especially the X. And then this one is for those same kind of call outs. I particularly like the middle one here. And then this one is a Hobonichi one too. I have it upside down, but useful for feelings, the weather, exercise, travel, etc. And then this last one is a little bit different because it also has like social media stuff like Twitter, Facebook. You could use this as like an Instagram or something. Ideas, shopping is on here. So I do use these quite a bit. These 2 are probably my most used stencils, but this one I like because it has the dog stencil, and use that for my poor Gracie, who's always seems to be sick, on that. And I will use this one for if I need to be someplace. I'll kind of do that. Okay, so those are the stencils. Then for the stickers, as I mentioned before, I do use the Planner Chick Designs, but I also bought a bulk load of these from Simple Stories from Snap, the Snap Recollections, Michael's brand of stickers. And then I also, the other stickers that I have from Planner Chick Design are the Bill Do. I also have some emoticon stickers for the face that you probably saw earlier. This is from Hello Ashley and Kaiway credit card stickers. These I use every week, and I need to put one on here for Tuesday. Is my trash collection, so I just take it off and pop it on to remind me to take out the trash cans. I have these are for Shark Week and not the Shark Week that's on television. Some more Planner Chick Designs. I just cut them in half so that they would easily fit in my planner. But these are shopping or bill paying or something. These are just like bulleted with little stitched marks on it. Some more Shark Week, Moleskine stickers, some more Planner Chick Designs. And then these are stickers from Happy Scrappy's kit that I use when I'm indicating that I have to mail something, which I had to do today, so I can put that on here, that I went to the post office. So to drop it off, usually I indicate who it was for and what the tracking number is so that if I have to refer back to it, I can. So that is my weekly planning. I hope that the information that I shared with you kind of helps you understand what I go through on my nightly, or I don't want to say nightly, but my weeknight. Let me start that again. What my weekend night is typically, what it typically looks like, and what I have to do to get it set up. It doesn't take me very long, maybe 10-15 minutes to do everything. So, but yeah, it's quiet time for me, and it's a great way to kind of reflect and get ready for the week ahead. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I look forward to hearing from you. See you next week. Bye.